let me just recap here. We've just been sitting talking idly, and we have discovered that your grandfather was a corrupt mayor of Chicago, probably a cohort of Al Capone's.
Yep.
Bootlegger, speakeasy runner, and all that sort of stuff.
I'm sure.
And your
grandfather
killed a man.
In a bar brawl, yeah.
And as a result, had to change his name, was chased out of Montreal.
Yes.
And you're such a nice, sweet-sounding band. This is great.
Dig a little deeper.
Well, let's go through the 5 ghosts. We've already been talking about several, apparently. I was unable to locate 5 ghosts on this record. Is there, in fact, 5 ghosts here, or am I just unable to see the undead?
Well, there's definitely ghosts. I don't know if there's exactly the number 5 of them. But He Dreams He Is Awake was one of the first songs we wrote on the album. And it came from Chris Seligman staying in a bed and breakfast that was haunted, and he couldn't sleep. So he spent 2 nights there, and in the middle of the night actually had to leave the room because he felt like the ghost was trying to kill him. And that song was originally named Sully's Ghost.
So there's a part in the song, what I have written here, sounds like whale song. All right, we just had to stop the interview because the moment we were talking about this dude, Sully's Ghost, apparently there was a ghost in the machine, and
That's right.
This whole interview came to a grinding halt as somebody started screaming electronically at us.
Another Montreal connection, Ghost in the Machine, recorded north of Montreal at Le Studio, right?
Morin Heights.
And Morin Heights.
That's a police reference for anybody who, okay.
Doesn't know.
All right, so, okay, Sully's Ghost with He Dreams He's Awake. Okay,
right.
let's just go back to again, sort of the beginning of this. This is a very well-produced album. I mean, there's some really nice textures, you know, some you know, nice big echoey drums that come in from somewhere. Would you mind if we went through the what I've written about each song? After
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
Of course.
We'll begin with track 1, which is Dead Hearts. I say delicate vocal interplay on a song about lost love creates major key melancholy, somewhat reminiscent of the Dream Academy's best material, but without the 80s style overproduction. A good scene setter for the rest of the record.
Oh, very good insight. You basically just summed it up. That's great.
Okay.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up from us.
Excellent. Okay. Wasted Daylight. Amy sings the glories of wasting a day lying around in bed. Tiny bits of Burke Baccaristic melody lines float through the verses. And I wouldn't be surprised if the music supervisors of Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice don't already have dibs on the song.
Ah, I like it.
Oh, man,
Sync
you're
that
good.
stuff. Sync that stuff. Yes, very good. I wrote it because I knew I was going to be on the road for 2 years and that I could just reminisce every night about being lazy in my own bed.
I can't, you know what it reminds me of is this singer from Fleetwood Mac.
Stevie Nicks?
Yeah, it's like her late kind of solo record
Okay.
kind of material. That's kind of what we were going for.
All right, next one. I Died So I Could Haunt You. Another sort of ghosty thing here. Vocals trade off on a spooky yet happy song about dead people haunting ex-lovers. A strong bass line anchors the chorus's floaty keyboard bits. If the Sundays, remember them, had stuck around long enough, they may have evolved into something sounding like this.
Wow,
Yeah,
love it.
You know what? It could also be sung as an Irish folk tune because it has like a 6/8 kind of lilt to it.
That reminds me of the Pogues a little bit.
It does. You know,
Yeah.
I was going to Pogues without all the alcohol and debauchery. Okay, without the debauchery. Okay, without. All right.
Right.
Better teeth.
Better teeth. Good.
Thank you, Canada.
Nice one.
Fixed, first single. Smooth keyboards punctuated by a guitar line at the 1-minute mark add energy and mark the beginning of the subtle overlaying of additional instrumentation and sounds throughout the rest of the song. I really couldn't find anything else to say about it.
Well, our friend Andrew Whiteman actually did that little guitar. I played a lot of guitar, but Andrew Whiteman played that little solo bit. We got him in to do that. He plays with Broken Social Scene and
Apostle of
Hustle. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's our secret member. He actually plays on pretty much every album that we've ever made.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Yeah, so he always comes in. We need a little like Andrew sprinkle. My thing about Andrew Whiteman is that he can turn wood to water. Like when I'm on tour with Social Scene, I stare at Andrew's guitar playing because I just think he's one of the best guitar players in the country.
Track 5, We Don't Want Your Body. Segueing directly from Fixed on the album, it begins with a driving rhythm track. Not too hard, not too soft, as you'd expect. Dudes, if a group of women ever start singing this song to you, you'll know that hookers are your only option.
That's fantastic. You know what? It kind of reminds me of a Backstreet Boys song, in a weird way.
Okay, I'm going to have to
It's a little harder than a Backstreet Boys song.
No,
It's
but
got a little more balls
the good
than
side
the
of
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
Really? Is there one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Anyway, what Patty McGee said something I thought was hilarious about this song, which is in the chorus when I'm singing the ecstasy, sex with me part. He said it sounds like Minnie Mouse. It's like a mini. What was it? Pornographic Minnie Mouse.
Your voice is high.
I know. Well, it sounds like something. It's like a pornographic a little bit, but like Minnie Mouse.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, he dreams he's awake. We've talked about this briefly. Gentle keyboards introduce a synthesizer pulse that's not too far from the intro of Chariots of Fire.
Vangelis, big fan, actually influenced the record. I love him.
I hear that. You
Yeah.
know, that's not a flippant comment, because
Yeah.
if you don't... Vangelis, Greek keyboard player, very influential, late 70s, early 80s, did the Chariot of Fire theme, teamed up with John Anderson, did the Friends of Mr. Cairo, and he was doing stuff with synthesizers back then that nobody else was doing because synthesizers couldn't do much.
That's absolutely right. He made it human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Changes, a switch to 6/8 time. Amy laments about how she's not good with neither change nor the status quo over a drum machine track that sounds like it might have been recorded in 1984. Then the violins come in.
Kind of some people, our friend Kevin Drew said it reminded him of True Blue.
Somebody else said that.
The Madonna song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that if anybody said, wow, that that song's, it's been written before for sure, but it's that's the thing about pop music and soul music, is that hopefully you're writing the same song over and over again, and that's why you love it.
The Passenger. Strangers on a train. What's she running from? Why is he so fascinated with her? More programmed drums, tightly and cleanly integrated with a bass line that's felt more than heard.
Yeah, a song about a haunted ghost train rolling down the tracks. Interesting one. Kind of sleek and spooky.
I imagine that if there was ever a video for that one, it would be shot in black and white.
Yes, it would, and it would be on the TGV.
Yes.
In France, of course, and we'd all be in nice suits.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
That'd be a great location.
And I'd be drinking Bordeaux.
Yes, you would.